From the depths of ancient history emerge conspiracies that have influenced the rise and fall of empires, shaped the course of civilizations, and altered the paths of powerful rulers. These conspiracies, many of which remain clouded in mystery, provide a glimpse into the intrigue, ambition, and power struggles of the ancient world. Join us at Discovery Hub as we take an expanded look at some of the greatest conspiracies in ancient history stories that continue to captivate our imagination and shape our understanding of the past. 1. The assassination of Julius Caesar. The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BCE stands as one of the most famous betrayals in history. Caesar, who had amassed immense power and influence as the dictator of Rome, had begun to act in ways that threatened the Roman Republic. His enemies, mostly senators, feared that he intended to become a monarch or even king. The conspiracy to kill Caesar was led by Brutus, a senator and rumored to be Caesar's illegitimate son, and Cassius, another senator who believed that Caesar's rule was endangering the Republic. The plot was carried out during a Senate meeting, where Caesar was stabbed 23 times by the conspirators. While the conspirators believed they were saving the Republic, Caesar's death set off a chain of events that led to the end of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire under his adopted heir, Octavian Augustus. 2. The death of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. The deaths of Cleopatra VII and Mark Antony in 30 BCE marked the end of both the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt and the ambitions of one of the Roman Empire's greatest military leaders. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of Egypt, and Antony, a general of Rome, had formed a political and romantic alliance that threatened the power of Rome's first emperor, Augustus, then known as Octavian. After their defeat at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, the pair retreated to Egypt. Both committed suicide the following year, reportedly by poisoning themselves in a fit of despair after being cornered by Octavian's forces. However, some historians believe that their deaths were part of a larger conspiracy orchestrated by Octavian. 3. The fall of the Spartan warrior society. The downfall of the Spartan society, renowned for its military prowess and strict social structure, was not the result of a single battle, but rather a series of internal conspiracies and power struggles. Sparta's dominance in Greece began to falter after their defeat by Thebes at the Battle of Leuctra in 371 BCE, a blow that shattered their military reputation. Behind this loss were numerous internal issues, including the rise of political factions within the Spartan ruling class, which were increasingly divided over how to maintain power. The decline was further exacerbated by the growing dependence on the helots, an enslaved population used to maintain the Spartan way of life, who eventually began to revolt. 4. The murder of Pharaoh Ramses III. The death of Pharaoh Ramses III, who ruled Egypt in the 12th century BCE, is believed to have been the result of a royal conspiracy. Historical records suggest that Ramses II was murdered as part of a plot to seize the throne, led by his secondary wife, Tai, and her son Pentuer. Tai conspired with a group of court officials and palace servants, known as the Harem Conspiracy, to kill the king and install her son as the ruler. The plot was uncovered, and several conspirators were arrested, but the details surrounding Ramses III's death remain unclear. Some accounts suggest that Ramses III was fatally wounded during the assassination attempt, but lived for a time afterward, while others claim he was poisoned. His murder did not lead to a smooth transition of power, as the succession crisis that followed weakened Egypt's political stability, contributing to the eventual decline of the new kingdom. 5. The tale of the Trojan horse. The story of the Trojan horse is one of the most enduring myths from ancient Greece, and it may contain elements of truth. According to the legend, the Greeks, after a long siege of the city of Troy, devised a cunning plan to infiltrate the city. They built a massive wooden horse and hid a group of their best soldiers inside. The Greeks then left the horse as a supposed offering to the gods, signaling their withdrawal. The Trojans, believing the war was over, brought the horse inside their city walls as a symbol of victory. At night, the Greek soldiers emerged from the horse, opened the gates of Troy, and allowed the Greek army, who had secretly returned, to invade the city. While this story is steeped in myth, some historians suggest that it could be based on a real event, where the Greeks used deception to breach Troy's defenses. 6. The poisoning of Alexander the Great. The sudden death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE at the age of 32 has been the subject of much debate and conspiracy theories. Alexander had conquered much of the known world, but his death left his vast empire without a clear heir. While some sources suggest that he died of a fever, possibly caused by malaria or typhoid, others believe that he was poisoned by political rivals within his inner circle. The most popular theory is that his generals, including Antipater and Perdiccas, who sought to control portions of his empire, conspired to eliminate him. These rivals would have seen Alexander's continued rule as a threat to their power. The theory of poisoning is supported by the fact that Alexander's death came on suddenly, after a brief period of illness, and that his body did not show the typical signs of decay, which some believe points to poisoning. 7. The secret cult of Mithras. Mithraism was a secret religion that flourished in the Roman Empire between the 1st and 4th centuries CE. The followers of Mithras, a god of light and justice, held their ceremonies in underground temples, or Mithraea, and the rituals were shrouded in mystery. While the specifics of the religion are largely unknown due to its secrecy, many scholars believe that Mithraism was seen as a form of resistance against the growing power of Christianity. Some even suggest that Mithraic rituals, with their focus on the sun god, were part of a broader political conspiracy to counter the influence of early Christian teachings within the Roman military and elite circles. As the Roman Empire transitioned to Christianity under Constantine, Mithraism slowly faded into obscurity, though it left an enduring legacy in the symbols and rituals that have been incorporated into later Christian traditions. 8. The Ptolemaic dynasty's power struggles. The Ptolemaic dynasty of Egypt, which ruled from 305 BCE to 30 BCE, was marked by internal conspiracies, power struggles, and ruthless ambition. The most notable example is the life of Cleopatra VII, who used political alliances, including her famous relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, to secure her throne against rivals within her own family. The Ptolemies often engaged in sibling rivalry, with siblings frequently murdering or imprisoning one another to secure control. Cleopatra's early reign was challenged by her brother Ptolemy XIII, and after his defeat, she had another brother, Ptolemy XIV, killed to maintain her power. Cleopatra's political manipulation was a critical factor in her ability to maintain her throne, and her manipulative tactics may have extended to her relationships with Roman rulers. 9. The Druidic conspiracy against Rome. The Druids, the priestly class of Celtic society, were considered by the Romans to be a threat to their imperial rule. They wielded significant power in both religious and political matters within Celtic tribes, and their influence was seen as potentially destabilizing. In 60 CE, during the reign of Emperor Nero, the Romans made a concerted effort to suppress Druidism. The most infamous action was the destruction of the Druidic center on the island of Anglesey, where Roman forces slaughtered hundreds of Druids in a campaign to eliminate their influence. Some historians believe that the Romans feared the Druids' potential to unite the Celtic tribes against Roman domination. 10. The suppression of the Library of Alexandria. The Library of Alexandria was one of the most famous libraries of the ancient world, containing vast amounts of knowledge from across the ancient civilizations. It became a target of various forces over the centuries. While the exact cause of its destruction remains uncertain, some believe that its eventual decline was the result of conspiratorial acts, as different rulers sought to control the intellectual capital of the library for political reasons. One theory suggests that the library was destroyed deliberately by the Romans during the reign of Emperor Aurelian in the 3rd century CE, as part of an effort to quash Egyptian resistance. Others believe that it was gradually destroyed over time by a series of fires, with later plundering acts adding to its demise. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some of the greatest conspiracies in ancient history. We hope these stories have sparked your curiosity about the secrets of the past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fascinating content from Discovery Hub. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share any ancient conspiracies that intrigue you. Stay tuned for more captivating mysteries, and remember, history is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered.